Well, you had to know this one was coming. Another Notsam Wrestling emergency podcast. Because on Monday night, of all the things that I ever thought I would achieve, one thing that I never imagined was becoming an Uncle Howdy clue. It is an alarming thing, no pun intended, when that happens. But let me walk you through it and walk you through everything that's been going on in this Uncle Howdy universe. All of this caught me by surprise. It was very eerie. As a matter of fact, the reason that this is not, immediately after it happened, but I've given it a day, is almost like I'm sitting there even unpacking it more to figure out if I'm being helpful or a hindrance. I don't want this to continue. It freaked me out. It did freak me out. I'm talking, of course, about the video that started Raw Talk. And I posted on Instagram and all over the Notsam social media platforms, Megan and I, real time, legit, reacting to this video as it was playing. We did not know this video was going to play. We did not know. We figured something must be coming because it was hinted at on Raw, which I'll talk about. But we didn't know what that meant. We didn't know where it was going to play. We didn't know when it was going to play. We didn't know what was going to play. We didn't know, maybe just a QR code is going to pop up somewhere. Maybe Uncle Howdy himself is. We had no clue. We were totally in the dark about all of this. So when you see the video, and there's no audio behind us because they weren't recording our audio, but I emailed them on Tuesday morning and said, if you guys were running tape, because they've gotten our reactions before when we were reacting to like Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan kissing the week before, they had our reaction on tape. So I said, do you have the tape of Megan and I watching that video? I don't even remember what the reactions were, but I'd love to see it in case I could put out a reaction video. And they sent it to us, and it was like, yeah, that is what I was feeling at the time. And I guess what Megan was feeling at the time as well. It was a creepy thing. It's becoming more and more kind of scary. It's like a horror movie, and I love horror movies, but there's just something about when a horror movie comes to your job, the separation of what's fantasy and what's reality starts to get real blurry. And when you're sitting there in the moment, yeah, it's scary. So here's what happened, right? So watching Monday Night Raw and a QR code comes up, as has been happening over the past several weeks. And this QR code leads to a website. And this website, it's another directory like we've seen before. Nothing fancy, just kind of a list of links. It's not the weird like Angel Fire, Heaven's Gate looking website. The thing about this is that like the original White Rabbit QR codes, not only were they not necessarily like, they didn't feel violent. They didn't feel evil. They felt mysterious. They felt ominous, but not evil. They also were not nearly this in-depth. We weren't getting 55-minute videos from a therapist's office. We weren't getting full, long-form, written-out Angel Fire websites. We weren't getting out stuff like what we got. So the first thing, you go to this website, the QR code sent you to, and like in the corner, there's an ad blocker. When you click the ad blocker thing, it's not blocking anything. The only thing that pops up is an ad for Ramblin' Rabbit's, I don't know, marmalade, whatever condiment it was, in a jar. And the Ramblin' Rabbit is going, I must have watched that Ramblin' Rabbit circle over and over and over again. You go down this link. The first link, I believe it was the first link, is like it sends you to an image. The file that it sends you to is an image that's a picture of a piece of paper that's been drawn on and written all over. And it's that red circle. We're following the word of the red, of course. A red circle with a black line in it. And it's kind of, the circle's been broken. Maybe it has to do with people being let out of the cave. Maybe it's whatever. But a lot of the phrases all around this split circle are what we've been hearing about, about people being ignored. We were ignored. We weren't used, blah, blah, blah. So then the next link is a video file. And when you go into the video file, it's a much longer form video than we've seen. And it's like an employee instructional video. It's kind of like one of those videos, like if you worked at a retail store or at a like chain restaurant in the 90s or the early 2000s, You might on your first day have had to sit in the back room and on a VHS watch become a McDonald's employee video. And you can find those videos on YouTube. Or if you're going to become a door-to-door salesperson, how do you sell Tupperware to your neighbors? First, always be courteous and wear deodorant. All kinds of great tips that are very, very helpful in life, as it turns out. But this was preparing for a massacre. So there you have it again. That word pops up, massacre. And that's the word that I said before was really what made me go, okay, these hints that we're getting are more than ominous. They're evil. It's villainy that we're seeing being teased here. It's destruction. It's a massacre. Generally speaking, massacres are not positive things. Sometimes it's a good message and it degrades to the point that it ends in a massacre and we've lost the spirit of what we initially set out to do, which is why I think and what I hope we're going to see with this, what I think would work best, where it's like whatever message that we were getting through Bray Wyatt is now being reinterpreted by Uncle Howdy, this force that was filtered through Bray at one point, but now is without a filter. And so now it's just that raw sort of id of evil. That's what they should use that phrase in Uncle Howdy. Maybe. Again, peace and love, peace and love. I'm not trying to offend Uncle Howdy or anybody associated with Uncle Howdy. I repent. I apologize. This is what they say when you're preparing for a massacre. You need to save yourself. It says you're consuming lies. It says you need to repent. You need to follow the word of the red, it says. And it says, don't beg for mercy. You chose this. What this video is saying is that throughout everything that's gone on, all these QR codes, all the messaging that everybody has received, it's saying, look, we've told you. We're not going to tell you again. The clues are ending. We'll be here soon. If you're not on board by the time that we're getting here, if you're ignoring these clues and just doing your own thing and waiting until we get, well, guess what? Now it's too late. I told you to do this. You didn't do it. Now I'm here. Now you're getting massacred. And I told you you were going to get massacred. That's the messaging that I'm getting from the video, an audio file. The third link is an audio file that if you play it forward, you can't really understand it. But if you play it backwards, it's like a robotic voice saying the cave will be no more. And once again, it says, a massacre is coming. Run and hide. Run and hide. Run and hide. Bray Wyatt's thing was run. Run. He never said run and hide. Like, this is saying, guys, this is going to be really bad. This is going to be really bad. You don't want to be here when I get here. So either get on my team or get the hell out of Dodge, because this is going to get ugly. There's some hidden text at the bottom of the page, and if you follow the hidden text, you can use it for a URL that takes you to a YouTube video that is a video about bringing puppets to life. Again, I think that this goes back to my whole theory on Uncle Howdy being filtered through Bray. And Bray was the only thing that was stopping the pure evil of Uncle Howdy just from soaking in. Because Bray was fighting that part of him. That whole Bray character was fighting that part of him. I've done terrible things. I still want to do terrible things. I'm not going to let them happen. And Uncle Howdy was the one going, yes, you will. Yes, you will. Well, now we don't have that thing that's stopping Uncle Howdy. And now all those insecurities that were represented in puppets, Ramblin' Rabbit, Huskus the Pig, that's negative energy. Insecurities are negative energy. And all that negative energy now comes to life. Bringing puppets to life, does that refer to this faction that we keep hearing rumors of? Will the members of the faction indirectly be associated with what those puppets represented? I don't think we're going to get a puppet dressed up like the Ramblin' Rabbit or a human being dressed up like the Ramblin' Rabbit. But those insecurities that were represented by the Ramblin' Rabbit, maybe there is a former superstar Like a Joe Gacy, for example, right? Joe Gacy, one could have the same criticism of, and some have, right? When he was doing the safe space gimmick before Schism, his promos would go on and on. People would be like, he's not even saying anything. He's rambling. What if Joe Gacy takes on that insecurity of Bray, right? The Ramblin' Rabbit, I believe, was the insecurity that was based around the criticism that Bray's promos would just ramble on and on, right? He's not saying anything. If that same thing is striking Joe Gacy takes that on. Now, Joe Gacy is that puppet come to life. If we've got Nikki Cross or Alexa Bliss or whoever's going to be in this faction, maybe that's Abby the Witch. Maybe the qualities that made Sister Abigail. I would think it makes more sense for it to be Alexa Bliss, since she kind of guided Bray at one point. But maybe there's a way to make it make sense where it's Nikki Cross. That's that come to life, right? Maybe Mercy the Buzzard, instead of it being about Waylon Mercy and copying, maybe it becomes more about showing no mercy. Maybe Mercy the Buzzard becomes Eric Rowan brought to life. So he's not dressed up like a literal buzzard, but the spirit of the puppet is showcased in this person. And there is no longer a human that is trying to keep these insecurities and this negative energy subsided. Maybe. It's just a theory. But then the last link on the page is the one that freaked me out. In all my years, I never saw this one coming. I don't know if it's a goal, because I don't know if I want to be in this position. But it's not something that I knew would ever even be a possibility. The night I became an Uncle Howdy clue. Bro, when I clicked this link, I uttered a profanity. It was the S word. And the word holy preceded it. Holy sh... When I see this pop up, I know immediately. This is a picture of me and Megan that they use on Peacock to promote Raw Talk. This is the Raw Talk photo from Peacock. That's me, that's Megan. And right over my dumb, smiling, awful, need a beard trim face, it says, "See you tonight, period." I'm like, what? And then people start tweeting about it, and people start putting me in @ mentions. Is Sam Uncle Howdy? Most of the people were like, you better run, Sam. Get the hell out of there, Sam. People were like, you better call in for sick for work, Sam. I was already in Stamford. We watched Raw in the green room in Stamford. So I'm sitting there in Stamford, and this thing comes up, and I'm like, oh my God. Now, I told you, I showed you what our reaction. So at this point, Megan and I are like, I go, Megan. We're in an Uncle Howdy clue. I said it to our producer. What the hell? He didn't know that this was popping up either. Nobody did. And which is even more eerie, right? Because you think, like, if this is going to happen, we're all aware. No, no, not at all. So the minutes are counting down before this show. And I have the script for Raw Talk around here somewhere. I could show it to you. It doesn't say anything about any Uncle Howdy stuff or any video or anything mysterious in this script. I'm going through pages. I go, this isn't, you go, no, nothing. And then the show opens. And again, I've put up the video of us reacting to this to start with, but this is how the show opens. It's the then now forever thing. Once again glitching. As soon as it started glitching, I was like, I remember exactly what this is. Together. Because this is how the therapy session started. See, this, and I started getting freaked out. I offered you hope, freedom from the pit. Okay. I would like freedom from the pit. You spit in my face. Mock my family. Question my timing. Okay. This is where I start to love it. Okay. And get freaked out. I'm in there freaked out. We were all trying to have fun with this Uncle Howdy stuff. I don't want to bother this guy, this essence, this being spit in my face, mock my family, question my timing. Dude, they are reacting. When I say they, he, whatever this is reacting in real time to the way that all of us are following this. Uncle Howdy or whatever this is, and his group or whatever it is, are reacting in real time to the criticisms behind it. And I'm going, I did say they were supposed to come at King of the Ring and they didn't come. Did I question his timing? Spit in my face, mock my family, question my timing. These are the people on Twitter that are saying this is taking too long. These are the people on Twitter that are mocking the rumored list of superstars to be in this faction. These are the people on Twitter that are mocking this whole thing because they think it's too derivative of what Bray Wyatt did. They are mocking the family, both literally in saying it's too derivative from Bray and kind of figuratively by mocking whatever this new family is and not taking it seriously. And now it's being referenced here. Question my timing was where it all clicked in. I was like, who's spitting in her face? Question my timing. I got goosebumps right now. That's what we were doing. Why is this taking so long? Why weren't they at King of the Ring? Why weren't they at the pay-per-view before? Remember, people were like, where were they? They're supposed to be at Backlash. Scary. I don't like this. One last chance. An opportunity to repent. I'm going, I repent. Whatever you need, you got it. But my patience runs thin. It's saying repent, repent, repent in the background. There is a reckoning coming. And, I don't know if there's a significance to how the choices are made to turn certain phrases and words red. But there is a reckoning coming, goes to red. Again, red is an essential color to this whole thing. It's freaky, man. I love it. What did it say? Your belief is something or other. Oh my God. Your belief is indifferent. It's like, it doesn't matter if you have faith in this or not. It's coming. And either repent or get massacred. And there's that, of course, the NightBird that's flying through. Still that WWE logo. This is inevitable. Like Thanos, inevitable. And then that symbol comes up. You will learn you are finite. See, this is key. You will learn you are finite. Okay. So at the beginning of this video, it's the then, now, forever montage. But where he says forever, it starts to go forever, 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 forever. What's the opposite of forever? Finite. Finite and forever are opposites. So is he saying that we are looping forever because we are forever? This Uncle Howdy group, this NightBird group, is he saying that we are forever? And I'm pointing to myself because I'm with you, dude. I'm with you. You put that text over my face. I'm with you. No beef, no beef. Or is he offended that the WWE calls itself forever? And one of the missions of this group is to prove that it is not forever. It is, in fact, finite. And you shall behold. Behold, 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 behold. You shall behold what we have become. I think that this is in reference to the fact that this will be a group of familiar faces that aren't familiar anymore. We know who these humans are, but who they've become is very different from who we consider them to be. And see, and this is the face too. This is the face that we've seen so many times. This is the face that first alerted us when it was in the therapy video where the hands start moving, you know, at the very end of it. That's the face. What we have become. Okay. It was real quick, but I remember seeing this in the studio. There it is. What? A massacre is coming is what it says. That's the phrase. A massacre is coming. Of all the non-welcoming ways to say that, hey, I'm on my way to the WWE, a massacre is coming. And then, of course, we finish off that intro. Look, I think that we're still on board. In my book, by my calculations, by my research, my prediction is still the June 17th episode of Monday Night Raw. That puts us, what? I'm checking out, just getting out my calendar app. Don't get mad at me, Uncle Howdy. Getting out my calendar app. Okay, this week is the 10th. We have Clash at the Castle, I believe, on the 15th. And then the 17th. It'll be a week from Monday, I believe, when we see whatever this group is. But the fact is that there has to be a massacre now. I don't know who they're going to massacre. I don't know what they're going to massacre. I don't know who they're going to go after. But whatever they choose as a first target, we have to see action taken. We have to see the true ramifications of people who in their mind have offended them. I think that in the next 2 weeks, or week, I guess, but SmackDown, Raw, SmackDown, Clash at the Castle. And I think we'll get a big clue at Clash at the Castle. Maybe it'll say Monday or something like that. I think we should pay very close attention to superstars that are doing things that may be considered offensive to this body. Because that may be the clues to where this is all going. I will be watching. Unless you put out another QR code and you tell me to stop, I will stop. Because I was freaked out. You go and watch Peacock and you tell me if I'm acting or if I was creeped out. Because I am not a good actor, but I do get creeped out. Thank you for watching this emergency podcast or listening. Don't forget to subscribe. Come to the Cleveland show August 1st. Get tickets at notsam.com. Tickets link. We'll see you then. Subscribe, comment, review, rating. Have a good one, everybody.